Hello friends, I hope you are well. It's Sunday and it's Dirt Report time. Lots to talk about, so buckle up buckaroos. We have NBN Co misses the fiber upgrade target, then targets apartments for upgrades, then eyes up price increases, and then there's the Azure outage causing havoc for many people. Thanks for joining. Make sure to like this video if you did and subscribe to support us and get notified of every new video. Let's get started by rolling the intro. The latest update from the NBN Overbuild program has been released, and according to said report, there are now 106,000 premises that took up the fiber upgrades. These are the premises that were either on fiber to the node or fiber to the curb. That sounds like a pretty decent chunk of premises. What isn't pretty is that this number comes 13 months after the upgrades were kicked off. Furthermore, this also includes a month into FY24. So what makes this worse is that NBN Co is way off their reported target of 157,000 premises, making it a significant miss on said target. Back in February, NBN Co said they would have 121,000 premises upgraded by the end of the financial year, meaning that up until June 30th, based on this month's report, they had only done 89,000 with change. Based on the current month, the target is now 157,000, making the actual numbers short by about 40%. Then taking into consideration that FY24's target is 245,000 premises, it's just not stacking up well for NBN Co. So they do have a long way to go, and for what it's worth, upgrading these connections is not easy. It's very physical, but as I said many times on this channel, it could have been done the first time around, but here we are. The good news is that FY24 numbers are seeing a radical uplift, meaning that the 245k target is up for grabs. The upgrade may have started slow, but it looks to be picking up speed. Recently, I noticed that my area is slated to get an upgrade in the next 12 to 36 months. Funny estimates aside, I'll make sure to record my entire upgrade journey and share it with you. It should be fun. Now, to alleviate the disappointment, NBN Co CEO Stephen Roos said, rather than look at this as an FY23 thing, you need to look at this over a longer period of time. Let me know your thoughts below. Let's move on. Speaking of upgrades, as you may know, to get an NBN upgrade, you have to take up a higher plan and stick with it for a year, and you will then get your free upgrade. However, for 700,000 apartments, NBN Co has come up with a new strategy to upgrade 50,000 strata and apartment blocks. NBN Co doesn't want to deal with the apartment owners individually, which is fair. There are a lot of issues when dealing with a building that isn't technically owned by the one person, it's co-owned by dozens. To make it affordable and practical, NBN Co wants to deal directly with the body corporate and get them to pay $275 per apartment for the upgrade. Now, for the price, which is actually really cheap, each apartment will get their own fiber and they do not need to pick up a higher plan. So if you want to stay on your 50 down plan, you can, and you'll get all the benefits of fiber. Overall, a great deal, but let's see how the body corporates take this. As you can imagine, money is a bit tight at the moment, and not everybody wants to go spending, especially if they're going to have to take it out of the body corporate coffers or probably the apartment owners themselves. Let me know if you're in an apartment and if this is something you think will be good for you, or if your body corporate will go for it. Let's chat there. Let's move on. With all our bills going up, and certainly I've noticed it myself, prices have skyrocketed for everything. So it's only fair that NBN Co gets a piece of this pie. So there could be 2 price hikes within 6 months of each other for your internet bill. The August 2023 SAU variation proposal is as close as possible to having come to an agreement across the board, bar 2 outstanding issues. One is what we spoke about a few months ago, the 50 speed tier changes that are disliked by the big 2, Telstra and Optus, and only having conditional support by the other RSPs. According to the updated SAU, the second issue that is yet to be finalized but is written down, the fact that the ACCC will not stand in the way of NBN Co throwing in 2 price increases in the first 6 months post finalization of the SAU, meaning that if all goes the way of the NBN, your bill will see a slight increase, or maybe significant, in December this year, and then in July 2024, another. The request for price increase is based on the past few years' revenue being flat for NBN Co, while other costs have risen, which reduces the NBN's ability for cost recovery on the entire project, meaning our taxes paid will still linger longer as a loan. This isn't great for end users, us, amongst other cost of living increases, and it's certainly not great timing with all the upgrades. If you want an upgrade, you need to go on the higher NBN plan to spend more. And so this is a bit of a storm brewing, and it's starting to look perfect. Let me know if you've had to lower your internet plan, or is it an essential part of life and you're going to keep paying these prices. Lastly, in a post-incident report, Microsoft explained why Azure went down last week, causing outages for Bank of Queensland, Oracle Cloud, NetSuite, SAP, SuccessFactors, Jetstar, and actually many more. Microsoft advised customers of its Azure cloud that as of approximately 8:30 UTC on August 30th, it was suffering an outage due to a cooling problem. A utility power surge in the Australian East region tripped a subset of the cooling units offline in one data center within one of the availability zones. Then, while working to restore cooling, temperatures in the data center increased, so Microsoft proactively powered down a small subset of selected compute and storage scale units to avoid damage to hardware. There are a few services that are still having issues as of writing due to some dependencies, and Microsoft is working diligently to fix those. Let me know if you were affected by the outage, because this episode is out of news. I didn't do very well on that outro. In any case, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hope to see you in the next one. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you then. Bye!